What is up, guys? If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I'm a pretty big fan of Xero brand shoes. I wear a number of different styles from them, and I tend to really like them. I was very excited when they finally had my size in the Xcursion Fusion, which is a waterproof boot. It is advertised as a hiking boot, and I was looking for a waterproof shoe for when I'm walking my dog in the rain. And honestly, it's not something I need. I'm perfectly fine letting my feet get wet and swapping out in different shoes the next day. It's not going to kill me. I don't do a lot of backpacking where I need to have the same pair of shoe, and wearing wet shoes is just not going to be good for your feet. Right? Okay. So it's not life or death for me, but I had wanted one. These are going back. These are going back because they're too stiff for me. So I want to show you because they're a beautifully made shoe. And honestly, if I needed a genuine hiking boot with more stability for granite surfaces and stuff like that, then or more protection from a more intense gravel, I can't really imagine because I don't have sensitive feet, and I think I'd be fine in a more flexible shoe. But if more stability is useful for you, then know that this shoe could be great for you. It's sort of flexible, right? But to be very honest, this is not a flexible shoe to me, and that's the problem. I put them on, I wore them in my house, back and forth on my floor, and my heel was popping up in the back. I have a high arched foot. If you haven't seen, I have a high arched foot, and that's an indication that my foot was moving inside the shoe, and the shoe was not moving with my foot, right? That's why I was scraping out the back of the heel, and that is a big no-no for me. I need the shoe to follow my foot, and I need it to be at least flexible enough that my foot is not fighting against it. I immediately started to get some cramping in my calves and feet because my feet were like, what's the deal? Because I do not wear shoes this stiff anymore. So I purchased them thinking that they would sort of mirror the same. Sorry for the lighting. I'm just going to power through this video. Sorry. Go for the content, not the aesthetic. If you follow me, you know. Then I was assuming that the shoe was going to have the same footbed as the other Xeros because all their shoes do. They're known for, no matter which one you get, the shoe bed itself is, the sole versus the upper portion is the same. This has not been the case. The fit was great. The fit was still perfect on my foot, but it is much more stiff. So they're going back because I just won't wear them. And it's honestly, maybe with breaking them in, because someone mentioned that. I have a friend, by the way. I have a friend who also loves Xeros, loves these. And for her, they are sufficiently flexible, right? For me, they're not. So that's just to put that out there. They're definitely more flexible than a regular hiking boot, but I have to fight with this shoe to do that. And I don't want to do it because I'm sending them back, right? I don't want them to be all wrecked up. But I have to fight, and that's just to get that much. Right, so I don't want to have to break my foot in trying to break the shoe in. It's just not worth it to me. Like I said, if I needed a hiking boot, I could make these work, but I don't. So I'm going to wait till I find a shoe. I'd actually prefer a shoe rather than a boot, but anything that's waterproof, and usually if it's going to be waterproof, they tend to come in a boot model. So I'll put up with a boot model and more of the ankle stuff, which I don't like or need. I don't like if I have ankle stuff on at all. I think I showed you some casual boots. I lace them only to the foot. I can't even deal with the restriction on my ankle. I think it feels terrible. So I'm still looking for a waterproof shoe. If I have to, I'll get a waterproof boot, but it is not a hiking boot because I should have known by being called a hiking boot, not just a boot, then it was probably going to be more supportive. That's what they're advertising, right? So if I can find that sweet spot of a shoe / boot, I will let you know. In the meantime, I'm going to return these just in case you're curious about the Xero policy. I can't, this is the first time I've had to return something, I think, for Xero. So, oh no, I think I might have returned something, but I kept, I was between sizes. So I returned something and I didn't have to, I didn't really factor this in at the time, but now I was a little more interested in their return policy, especially to tell you, you get the price back. You don't get the shipping or tax back, You don't get the shipping back at least. So, I was like, that's a little stingy, but it's also, they're a small company. It's typical, but I was not that excited. So I actually opted for an exchange because in this case, I'm going to get a full value exchanged, and I know I'm going to need another pair of the HFS or another of the styles soon enough because I do love them and wear them out regularly. They last, but I'll be through that pair probably within a year or so. So I'm just going to save my credit, and that way I can get all of my money back for these. Hope this is useful, guys. Just want to keep it honest, keep it transparent, and let you know that was my take on these and the reason.